It's our very own ship in a bottle. At 360 tonnes, it weighs the same as 2 blue whales. It also has the mammoth mission of grabbing nuclear waste out of probably the most hazardous building in Western Europe, the Magnox Swarf Storage Silo. This huge machine is called the Silo Emptying Plant, but as it's much bigger than any of the entry points into the building where it lives, just how did it get inside?
Clearly we couldn't lift it in one go, either the physical size and weight of the machine or the capability of the holes, the apertures in the building. So we designed it very carefully in 23 different modules, and it was designed such that each individual module didn't exceed the capacity of the building crane that we've got here, which is 55 tonnes, and it didn't exceed in size the aperture of the hoist wells that we've got here. And what that meant was that one or two of the larger modules had just a few millimetres to spare when they were brought through the hull.
This is probably the most complicated and advanced machine ever built at Sellafield. With nearly 14,000 different working parts, its design and concept was first drawn up over 20 years ago. Turning that vision into the machine we have today has been a major challenge for the UK's advanced manufacturing and nuclear supply chain.
In simple terms, it's some big pieces of metal which bolt together. But as you can see by the machine, with thousands of little umbilical cords here, there and everywhere, which make the challenge. The majority of the machine, once built, will be staying here for a long period of time until retrievals is finished. So, yeah, we've got to make sure it's right first time.
There's about 11,000 cubic metres of waste spread over 22 different silos in the building. Each of those silos is huge, the size of 6 double-decker buses. So it's a lot of waste to get at. The nature of the waste is very difficult. It's generating hydrogen, it's constantly heating, and it's heavily radioactive. So it has to be taken out in a shielded environment with a machine that seals itself onto the floor itself. And because it's going to take 20 years or so to take the waste out, we need to build a machine that's going to last the distance. It's the equivalent of a fairground grab. Effectively, we've got a grab, hydraulic grab that disappears down into the waste. It closes and it brings back up whatever material it's collected. Effectively, it's a lucky dip, but there's a lot of different things to go at down there.
There will be 3 silo emptying plant machines in total. The first, expected to be ready to start retrieving waste in 2018, around a year ahead of the first plant to receive the waste being ready.
The box encapsulation plant is a new facility whose primary function is to process waste from MSSS. It is scheduled to come online in February 2022. The 3 metre cube boxes produced by BEP can be stored for up to 75 years in the adjacent store.
There is no job at Sellafield more important than the one being done by this machine. Emptying the waste from this legacy silo is our #1 priority, which is why both the outgoing chairman and chief executive for the Nuclear Decommissioning Authority made sure they visited the assembled machine on their last visit to the silo.
So this is right at the top of government's priority list. 2 reasons. The radioactive inventory is enormous in these facilities. And secondly, these facilities don't meet modern engineering standards. And whilst all the work that goes on today to make sure they're safe and secure, the best thing for everybody is to empty the contents of these facilities. It's a fabulous day forward and a real step change for the plant and the site.